Hello and thank you for joining me here on the news summary. I am Nazarbayev. Stay with me for the latest news update from Kazakhstan. Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev introduced a new model of fiscal policy for the next few years in his annual State of the Nation address. The main message was to encourage the Kazakh citizens to start living by their means.
The annual State of the Nation address is one of the key events of the year. Experts, politicians and ordinary people focus on the president's message. Like previous years, this year the head of state decided to deliver his address before the new year.
Через несколько дней история начнет отсчет 25-го года независимости нашей страны.
In a few days, the country will celebrate the Independence Day. In less than a quarter of a century, Kazakhstan has developed a sovereign national economy, integrated into global economic ties as a state which has become a full participant of the global community. We endured many challenges together. We have become stronger over the years and achieved positive results of successful economic development. Our people never lived as well as they are living today.
Мы добились невиданных во всей нашей истории темпов успешного экономического развития. Никогда прежде наш народ не жил так хорошо, как он живет сейчас.
However, good years for Kazakhstan are still to come. The main thing is to overcome the difficult for the economy years. External threats, terrorist activities, market instability and sanctions by world powers, all these have led to reduced income from the traditionally strong oil sector, the president said. Naturally, the government came up with a backup plan, an anti-crisis program to overcome the economic unrest.
Наверное, кто-то подумает, в такое трудное время он опять ставит эту задачу.
Perhaps some of you think that during such difficult times, I'm setting even more difficult goals. But you know, I have a habit to set bigger aims and tasks during hard times. And we have always been able to deal with what we were faced with. The president delivered his speech both to the colleagues and to the people of Kazakhstan. Nazarbayev emphasized that Kazakhs got spoiled over the years by big incomes. But now, amid the crisis, the head of state instructed the government to build a new model of fiscal policy.
Жить по средствам. Повторяю, жить по средствам.
Live within your means. I'll repeat again, live by your means. It's a principle proven effective. It's the right fiscal approach, particularly amid the global crisis. You go to a store, you look at the goods on display and think how much money you have in your wallet, right? So you don't go for something you can't afford. Well, why should the government be any different? We need to live by our means. That is what we're starting to do.
Ну почему государство не так должно относиться? По средствам жить надо. Вот к этому мы сейчас приступаем.
The state appeals to those who are used to live on a big scale to help the homeland. President asked shadow millionaires to legalize their assets.
Я это обращаюсь ко всем не потому, что нам прямо вот позарез нужны эти ваши деньги, которые возвратите.
I appeal to you not because we desperately need your money that you will return. I do not want to initiate criminal cases against our people, make them refugees who would be hiding somewhere abroad in London. We have faced many challenges over the years. The savings may not always be legal, but we are a young country giving everyone the opportunity to make the income transparent, bring money to the country, live and sleep in peace.
Участвовать в приватизации, сделать ваши активы казахстанские, и за то, что вот все сделано за эти годы страной, вернуть сюда и спокойно жить, и спокойно спать.
The president devoted a considerable part of his speech to the situation in the financial sector. The National Bank must immediately restore the order. First of all, it concerns the Kazakh national currency. The national fund's assets won't be used to support the national currency anymore.
Казахстанцам всем надо привыкнуть, что
Kazakhs got used to the fact that we live using the tenge. We buy bread using tenge. We buy sausage, milk, and clothes using our national currency, the tenge. We need dollars only if we buy dresses abroad or import goods. Keeping money in tenge deposits is profitable because the interest rates are high. The interest for deposits in dollars will be very low. Let's live and think using the tenge. Then we will help ourselves and our country.
Депозиты в долларах, проценты будут очень низкие, к этому банк придет.
The current management of Kazakhstan's National Bank will have to implement the started inflation targeting. The National Bank was tasked to reduce the inflation rate to 4%. As it turned out, the bank was engaged in non-relevant functions. The president called them the institutional defect.
Из-под его контроля надо вывести единый пенсионный фонд.
It is necessary to bring the Unified Pension Fund, the Problem Loans Fund, and other financial institutions out of its control. The bank needs to do its work. In 2016, pension assets will be transferred to the management of private and foreign companies.
И в целях повышения доходности пенсионных накоплений надо пересмотреть подходы к инвестированию пенсионных средств.
Pension savings are attractive funds for many structures. From time to time, state agencies, business sector, and other bodies try to get access to the funds of single accumulative pension fund. The president warned that retirement savings will not be spent to support the private sector. This money can only be used to fill budget deficit.
Повышение налогов, могут сказать, в этом случае не выход из этой ситуации.
In this case, tax increase is not a way out. It will only mean additional pressure on the business. We cannot let that happen. It is inappropriate to cover costs at the expense of the national fund. My position is clear. The use of the national fund assets for current expenses should be stopped.
На текущие расходы должно быть прекращено.
However, the state will continue to perform its social commitments. Despite the difficult situation, the salaries will be increased at the expense of overextended budgets of ministries and agencies.
С 1 января 2016 года
Starting from January 1, 2016, wages will be raised for health workers on an average of 28%, for education professionals by up to 29%, for social workers by up to 40%. Next year, we're planning a 25% increase of educational scholarships and social security benefits for the disabled and families who lost their breadwinners. Starting from January, we will be indexing retirement payments based on the inflation rate of 2%.
с опережением уровня инфляции на 2%.
There is some good news for the B Corps civil workers. Their wages are expected to increase by a third.
Я сегодня обращаюсь ко всем социально уязвимым слоям нашего населения.
I appeal to all the vulnerable groups. We have always helped those in need, but at the same time, social justice must not be distorted. After all, every social payment is an additional burden on the budget and every working citizen of Kazakhstan. It should be clearly understood that the idea of social justice should not become a social injustice against the working people of Kazakhstan. It is their money.
Идея социальной справедливости не должна превращаться в социальную несправедливость по отношению к работающим казахстанцам. Это их деньги.
The government is also ready to help those who have not yet decided on the future profession. The head of state urged the Kazakh youth to take blue-collar jobs.
Я обращаюсь к нашей молодежи активно осваивать рабочие профессии.
I appeal to our youth now to actively master the blue-collar jobs. All that is around us was created by the hands of the workers. Think about it. I established a special award for the working people. We shall praise working people. We have forgotten about them in recent years. It is necessary to develop vocational skills. Students who graduate schools go to universities. Some of them go to college. And about 30% remain without higher education. What shall they do? They shall go and get a profession.
Закончили школу, часть поступила в университет, часть в колледжи, кто-то призван в армию, но и энное количество, 30% остается. Что делать? Пойти получить профессию.
All tasks put forward by President in his message Kazakhstan in the new global reality need financial support. Therefore, some 7.5 trillion tenge will be allocated for the implementation of the projects. These funds were raised from international institutions. The other part was provided by foreign governments. This fact only proves the good reputation of our president. However, this money should be strictly controlled. The government has already started the relevant works, and even if oil prices drop to $20 per barrel, Kazakhstan will have a plan of action.
Also this week, the head of the state met with the regional governors as well as the mayors of Astana and Almaty. And according to the Kazakh president, the address to the nation sets specific goals for the heads of the regions, and the work should start from the beginning of the next year. Despite the current challenges, regional economies are forecast to grow at least 2% this year. Decline in the commodity sector is being offset by other industries. The regions are reporting an increase in manufacturing and services. President Nazarbayev instructed to use the mechanisms of public and private partnerships for construction of roads and social facilities, and also drew everybody's attention to the needs of the population, the timely payment of wages, pensions and benefits.
Дополнение ранее переданным функциям
Your powers expand in addition to the functions and staff units you had before. Deal with the economy, social problems, and law enforcement. Now the time has come. The main criterion of the mayor's work assessment will be the number of newly created jobs.
The Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, paid an official visit to Kazakhstan and met with the Kazakh leader in the Akorda. The party discussed challenges of strengthening cooperation in trade, oil and gas, agriculture, transport and space sectors. President Nazarbayev referred to the Netherlands as one of the most important trading partners for Kazakhstan.
Only in the last 9 years, Amsterdam has invested in Kazakhstan over $58 billion. More than 9 joint ventures with Dutch investment are working on the territory of the country. According to official data, the volume of trade between the two countries this year amounted to $4 billion. The main products imported into the Netherlands from Kazakhstan are oil and oil products. Dutch businesses export tractors, telephones, various kinds of equipment, medicine, and, of course, flowers. I remember my first visit to your country, a fruitful meeting, and I highly appreciate the results. And you participated in 2010 at the OSCE summit in Kazakhstan. The Netherlands is the biggest investor in Kazakhstan and an important trade partner, which takes one of the first places in terms of foreign trade. We understand your visit as a wish to raise to new heights our relations to a new level. It is very important that you are accompanied by a group of business people.
И то, что вас сопровождает группа деловых людей, это очень важно.
We are all, I must say, very excited about the possibilities for the cooperation between Kazakhstan and the Netherlands, particularly now that with your visionary plan, the 100 steps, including the 30th of November, the official opening of the Astana, opening up the economy, diversifying the economy also in the realms outside gas and oil.
The project aimed at the revival of orchards in the south of Kazakhstan serves as a good example of the Kazakh-Dutch successful partnership. Experts of the joint venture that was launched last year explore soil, plant trees, provide water supply, as well as collect, store, and sell crops. Farmers have 5 hectares of orchard to work on and get a profit out of it. The innovative project will provide villagers with permanent jobs for the coming years.
Благодаря программе, которую мы развиваем вместе с Фонд поддержки сельского хозяйства.
Thanks to the program that we are developing together with the Agriculture Support Fund, we managed to create 2 apple cooperatives. 20 people became owners of 50 hectares of apple orchards. In total, 200 people are involved in this work.
В тех регионах, где просто этого не было до этого.
New 20,000 tenge banknotes were officially put into circulation in Kazakhstan last week. According to the designers, the banknotes were made in the same style as the banknotes that are currently in circulation.
The front side displays monument Kazakh Joly, symbolizing the independence of Kazakhstan. The winged horse is a symbol of pure light and life, as well as the triumphal arch, Manglik Yel, is also displayed. It reflects the idea of common home, called Kazakhstan.
Конечно, это очень высокая планка была.
This is the highest value tenge bill, so we gave it our best effort to make it on the highest level. It's a worthy gift to all people of Kazakhstan.
На хорошем уровне. И я думаю, что это достойный подарок для всех жителей.
According to international practice, the highest denomination banknotes are usually equal to half of the average monthly income, and today in Kazakhstan, half of the average salary is 60,000 tenge. Therefore, putting into circulation the 20,000 banknote is a necessary step to optimize the circulation of money and the convenience of citizens. Besides, the chairman of the National Bank has denied the rumors that the issue of large banknotes will lead to inflation.
На самом деле это не так.
In fact, there are no additional emissions. For instance, we can start to produce 20,000 tenge bills and instead issue less 10,000 tenge bills. And accordingly, the size of money in the economy is not increased.
В экономике он не увеличивается.
The new banknotes will be issued by second-tier banks on equal basis with money signs of other denominations. 20,000 banknotes will be provided in ATMs as soon as the settings are accordingly changed.
The Kazakh president visited a new manufacturing plant of armored vehicles in Astana. This year, the plant is planning to assemble 120 units of military hardware. Jordan wants to purchase at least 50 units next year.
The plant will soon have a full production cycle, including welding, cutting, and assembly of the frame. The car engines will be manufactured by the Russian KAMAZ. The parts for the vehicles will be delivered to the markets of the Customs Union. President Nazarbayev spoke with the workers of the plant, noting the importance of the work and their contribution to strengthen country's defense.
Эти машины предназначены для экспорта, согласно лицензионному соглашению.
These vehicles are intended for export. According to the license agreement, we can export them to 12 countries. These are the countries of the CIS. Also, separate agreements include the Middle East, China, and Russia. All products at the plant are manufactured according to international standards to make the products competitive beyond Kazakhstan. These armored vehicles are some of the best in their class on a variety of indicators, and these are the high-tech industries, the future of Kazakhstan's economy.
Реализация программы «Нурлы-Жол».
The Nursultan program, which clearly documented projects for the next year, financial resources, they will not only save jobs but also ensure the stability of the industrial enterprises, continue to develop the transition to this new model, which is designed to diversify the economy. I think that this address to the nation will give a very good momentum, and it is very realistic, very pragmatic. And as the president said, it provides for advanced development.
Kazakhstan has entered the top 10 countries with high-definition technologies. The Kazakh Minister of Investments and Development, Aset Isekeshev, said at the international seminar Days of Space in Astana. Space technologies allow solving some of the most complex and multi-purpose tasks. In the near future, the Kazakh experts will learn to predict earthquakes with the help of the new space monitoring systems. At the moment, Kazkosmos, in cooperation with its British partners, are working on creation of a monitoring system which will include 2 spacecrafts. Minister of Investments and Development of Kazakhstan, Aset Isekeshev, said that domestic remote sensing spacecraft can monitor nearly 3 million square meters of Earth's surface. This allows creating an archive that stores data useful for ecology, cartography, and even agriculture.
Очень много сделано по подготовке кадров. Более 1300 специалистов в нашем министерстве, в комитете.
We've done a lot of work for the staff training. More than 1,300 professionals at our ministry are working at the Space Committee. These include 500 scientists and more than 130 engineers that have been trained abroad. We are working on training the specialists at 4 local major schools.
Thousands of Aktobe residents are now closer to owning homes as part of the state program Regional Development 2020. The real estate fund Samruk-Kazyna built a residential complex with a total area of 26,000 square meters in Aktobe.
2 multi-story houses with almost 560 flats have already been commissioned in this complex. This residential complex was built by the real estate fund Samruk-Kazyna in a partnership with a private company under the Regional Development 2020 program. Shares of participation in the project are distributed as follows. The real estate fund gets 75% and the builder 25%. The Samruk-Kazyna Real Estate Fund keeps the construction of these houses under control, thus it supports young families. I also personally followed the pace of construction. We hoped to buy an apartment here and finally our dream came true. This is a very useful program for young families. The company is reliable and it builds the houses of high quality. Thanks to Samruk-Kazyna, we moved into a new apartment and pay rent in Tenge. We are grateful to our head of state for the care of young people. This housing program was launched on behalf of President Nazarbayev. The program was designed to resolve shortage in the housing sector. Under this program, the Real Estate Fund performs 3 strategic missions. It builds affordable housing, reduces social tensions by creating new jobs, and provides work for local construction companies, enterprises producing construction materials that are especially important at this time.
Kazakhstan marked the day of the first president on December 1st. In 1991, the country elected its leader during the first general election. Then Nursultan Nazarbayev received almost 99% of the votes. One of the first documents that President Nazarbayev signed was the law to rename the Kazakh Soviet Socialist Republic to the Republic of Kazakhstan on December the 10th, 1991. 6 days later, on the 16th of December, the Supreme Council declared the independence of the country. The first President's Day is a public holiday in Kazakhstan. On December 1st, the flag of the President of Kazakhstan was raised at the central flagpole of the Akorda.
Қазақстан Республикасының президентінің штандарты көтерілсін.
Regions of Kazakhstan hosted various events, flash mobs, exhibitions, and concerts to mark the holiday. Aksu metallurgists smelted the millionth ton of ferroalloy by the day of the first president.
Примечательно то, что досрочная выплавка миллионной тонны ферроспорта.
Early smelting of the millionth ton of ferroalloy at our enterprise was devoted to the celebration of the first president's day. We all know that our president was also a metallurgist, so it is a double holiday for us.
Поэтому для нас это вдвойне отрадно.
Also, Kazakhstan's first museum of military history opened in Astana on the day of the first president. Some of the items are exhibited under the open sky. However, the most interesting exhibits are represented in the halls of the museum. This museum was created for the Kazakh citizens and for the youth. Citizens will learn about the ancestors who defended this land and preserved it for the descendants, and about numerous heroes who gave their lives for the peaceful future in the Great Patriotic War. People can look at the ancient and modern weapons. The exhibits for the museum were collected throughout the country. Most of them were donated by the collectors. Something was sent from regional units and locations of the armed forces. There are many valuable exhibits which reflect different periods. For instance, that is the bow from the Kazakh Khanate, and this is a weapon which was the first firearm found on the territory of Kazakhstan.
Впервые в истории Казахстана создается.
The Historical Military Museum opens for the first time in history of Kazakhstan. There are all the heroic chronicles of our people collected here, starting with the most ancient times up to the present time.
Сегодняшнего времени.
Every citizen of Kazakhstan can help replenish the collection of the Historical Military Museum. Managers of the center are ready to accept documents and items of historical, cultural, and scientific values.
The main New Year tree was lit solemnly in Astana as President Nazarbayev officially congratulated the nation on the upcoming holidays. The main holiday tree is traditionally situated in front of the Astana Opera House. This year, the New Year tree is 25 meters high. Its decorations consist of more than 2,000 light bulbs, 1,400 meters of colored tinsel, and 1,500 meters of light garlands. This year, the designers used the combination of red, green, and yellow colors. The city's ice sculpture town is located near the New Year's symbol and will soon be open to public.
Я поздравляю всех с наступающим Новым годом.
I congratulate the people of Kazakhstan on the upcoming New Year. The New Year will come in a month. Over this period of time, people live in anticipation of the holiday, making wishes. They say, if you really wish for something, it will come true. Let all your dreams and wishes come true in 2016.
О чем-то, чтобы осуществилось.
A major attraction appeared in the capital of Kazakhstan just 2.5 years ago, the Astana Opera House. Since then, it has fascinated many with its monumental architecture and brilliant performances. The creative team of the Astana Opera consists of dazzling young performers and honored workers of Kazakhstan. In just 2.5 years, the theater has become popular among the locals and the visitors.
This composition is one of the most famous works by Beethoven. The orchestra of Astana Opera performed the Symphony No. 9 under principal conductor, honored figure of Kazakhstan, Alan Baribayev. He's been working with the world's best orchestras, and 6 months ago he went up to the conductor's stand in Astana Opera House.
Очень рад и благодарен президенту за это приглашение работать в замечательном новом театре.
I am very happy and grateful to the president for the invitation to work in a wonderful new theater, the Astana Opera House. Despite the fact that I work in different countries like Japan, for example, I always want to return to Kazakhstan. First of all, I strive to develop our country and particularly the art of Kazakhstan. Therefore, I want to thank Nursultan Nazarbayev for this great cultural facility, for the amazing gift to our entire country, and for this support.
Нашему Елбасы за этот театр, за этот потрясающий подарок всей нашей стране. нашему искусству, за эту поддержку.
The theater has brought together the most talented artists of the country. Almost all of them are honored figures of Kazakhstan. It has been welcoming the art enthusiasts for over 2 years. The theater was founded at the initiative of the Kazakh president. Today it is on par with the world's best theaters. The architecture of the Astana Opera combines the elements of the Kazakh and Greco-Roman traditions. The design was created by the best specialists worked in Kazakhstan, Italy, Germany, and other countries. In June 2013, the theater opened its doors with the premiere Birjan Sara, in which the famous opera singer Janat Bakhtai performed the part of Jealous Altinai.
Роль нашего президента в становлении культуры нашей страны, культуры.
The role of the president in the development of our country's culture, capital city, is undeniable. Nursultan Nazarbayev personally knows every singer and every musician. When he saw me, he said, "Janat, this part does not suit you because you're a very positive person, but you have to play a negative role. So I'd like to see you in the positive lyrical part next time." Professionals with experience contribute greatly to the development of the Kazakh theatrical art. Their task is to bring it to the highest world level. However, today one can say confidently, theater becomes really popular in Kazakhstan.
And these were the main news from Kazakhstan for the past week. I'll see you here same time next week. Goodbye.